What on earth was this short random Pokemon animation that I just witnessed? Okay, so this was something that I created for CypherDen. She sent out a kind of call out on Twitter just for small animation channels to create something with her original character. What I wanted to do is create a little tutorial explaining how I made it because it was quite fun and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm not going to go into super detail, more just kind of like a quick behind the scenes so you see how it goes from the start all the way to the finish. In the future, I'll probably do a full detailed tutorial on how I make all my normal animations. It's probably going to take me a long time, and also I keep changing how I make my animations, so once I get like a steady way to make them, then I'll explain it all. But yeah, for now, this is all you got.
Please, sir, could I have some more?
More? No.
Lame.
So I set myself the challenge of creating this all within one day. And that was mainly to stop myself from faffing around and questioning everything that I would do. Because normally when I make an animation, I will question everything. I'll redraw things loads of times. I might change the story. I might change the voices, re-record things. No, I didn't want that this time. I was going to be super focused. And the best way to do that was set myself a deadline. No Control-Z's, just keep going forward. And then I was going to get it done within a day. Well, that was the plan anyway. So where did the idea come from, you ask? To be honest, most of the time, it starts off with a random thought and then I just add more and more stupid ideas to it and little ideas that pop into my head from nowhere, and then eventually it leads to a finished uploaded video. This one was sort of along the lines of everyone loves a good Pokemon parody. I've never done one of those. That could be a good idea. Maybe, okay, maybe me and CypherDen could have like an animation battle. Nice, this is a good idea, let's keep it going. What about if Den found my character as a Pokemon? That could be something a bit different. Why did she ask everyone to create these animations for her in the first place? It was to help with the monetization rules? Maybe that could be something to do with it? I could do that as an attack move, but then it could fail and become demonetized because that's what happens to all of us when we create videos. Haha, comedy gold. Oh, this is genius. Well, it's not that genius, but I think it's funny. Okay. So now this idea is getting me super excited and I'm getting the urge that I just want to think of stuff that I could draw. Well, what cool stuff can I draw? I could do like a pink Den Pokeball. Oh, that'd be cool. And then what's my character going to look like as a Pokemon? I could do it like a weird Bulbasaur thing that's kind of crawling on the floor. That'd be quite funny. And then, yeah, I would start creating stuff. I just get like an urge where I'm like, I've got to draw stuff. I'm too excited in the idea now. It's time to get on the computer and let's start drawing. So I create all the drawings in Adobe Illustrator, and actually, before I carry on, no, don't even think about it. I'm not sponsored by Adobe or anyone else that I happen to mention in this video. These are just the programs that I use and choose to use because I've used them for a while and I know them, and obviously they don't sponsor a little guy like me, so don't even ask. But yeah, I like the Adobe Illustrator because of the vector format, so you can shrink and expand things, and then you'll never lose quality. So if you need to zoom in on stuff or things like that, you're always safe. If you draw stuff in Photoshop, which is how I did my earlier ones, if I wanted to zoom in, I'd ever have to draw them at like super 5 times the size, and then it would crash my computer. It's just generally I prefer vector stuff because it's a bit safer. Okay, so let's open the file. So here you go, here's an example of the assets from the animation. As you can see, it's a right old mess. I should have probably cleaned this a bit more, and please don't look at layer names, because there are none. In my defense, it starts off really clean and tidy, and then as I pull it apart to export it, I end up moving things around and ripping bits apart, and then it turns into this horrible, crazy mess. And obviously then I should go and tidy it up, but I don't. No one else is really going to see this apart from me, so I normally just don't bother. Once I've drawn all the bits that I need, I then copy them over into Adobe Animate CC. Good old Adobe letting you copy and paste between programs. And then I add motion tweens, change frames, and all that good stuff. Nothing crazy. I mean, all the animations that I do, I don't tend to do much frame by frame. I kind of just keep it mainly on the motion tweens and simple stuff like that, just to give you enough to keep you distracted from my annoying voice, to be honest with you. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Why don't you just draw it straight into Animate and then you wouldn't have to do that? Well, because I suck at drawing in Animate. Plain and simple, I've tried many times and I just can't get the hang of it, whereas I love drawing in Illustrator, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yes, my answer is stupid. Yes, it's a waste of time. Yes, it's pointless. But life wouldn't be fun if it was too easy now, would it? And something that I do love on the new CC Animate is the amazing frame picker. Most of you probably know about this or really aren't that bothered, but it just means you can put everything in one graphic, paste them all in, and then you can just pick between them and it changes keyframes on the timeline. Boom! Oh, how good is that? There used to have to be a third-party program to do that. Now it does it natively. Oh, simple things. Simple things keep me happy. Normally when I create an animation, I would write a script and then read everything off the script and cut it up as I go. But for this animation gem, there is no talking. Just sound effects. Originally, I questioned ripping sound effects from Pokemon games and just using them to make it as real as possible, but then I remembered how YouTube could tell me off as I didn't own the sound effects, so I decided, and really the only way I could do it was to create all the sounds myself, using the only instrument that I know how to play, the mouth trumpet. So I'd been super inspired by a channel called Red Medusa, who most of you have probably seen and creates amazing animations far better than I ever could, but all the music and the sound effects is done by voices. And you can tell it is, and it's really obvious, but it's really funny, and it adds such a cool element to it. So I thought, let's give it a go. It could turn out really bad, and obviously mine wasn't to the level of theirs, but it was such good fun to record. I'm definitely going to try and do it again. So I just broke it down and started to record sound effects for each section, questioning many, many times why I'm such a weirdo and what my neighbours must think of me. Oh well, I was having a great time, so does it matter? I used to always watch voice actors in booths for like big movies like Pixar and Disney stuff, and I always pictured that would be something I could do. Not that I'm very good at voices or speaking, but a guy can dream, right? So this was my little version of that. Finish him! So once all the animations have been created, all the sound effects have been recorded, I then put them all together in a video editor, and surprise, surprise, guess which one I use? Adobe Premiere. Now, because I am a terrible tutorial teacher and my laptop is currently being fixed, I can't access that particular file. So instead, I'm going to show you the file that I'm working on right now for this video. It's basically the same thing. So now we just add in all the animations that we've done, put all the sound effects together, sync them up, and boom, we are done. Obviously, that makes it sound really simple. It's a little bit more complicated and takes way more time than that, but that's the overall. Last thing, and probably one of the most important things to do, is then create the thumbnail. Usually I will copy and paste stuff from Illustrator into Photoshop and then try and make a thumbnail that is not totally terrible. That might even make you want to click on the video, but it probably won't. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. I know it was completely different from my normal animation. I personally love seeing how other animators create their stuff, just their own little quirks and how they make things, and yeah, I just wanted to share that with some of you guys. You might be wondering, what are these weird floating masks that are in the fan art section? So I recently created a little series called Tiki Terrors, where I've been drawing fellow animators as tiki masks and then posting them on my Twitter and my Instagram. And I recently put out the blank template so you guys could create your own and we could add more to the series. I wasn't really sure if anyone wanted to take part or would, but you guys blew me away and spent real time and effort making some amazing creations. I feel like I now need to create some form of island for them all to live on. So thank you to every single one of you who submitted a Tiki Terra. And if you want to make your own and get involved and be part of our little Tiki Terra family, you can find the template on my Instagram and Twitter. And that about does it from me. I will catch you guys next time. See ya!